Take a wild guess as to why that is on my face. Perhaps we should just go directly into
Yeah, do it.
Fish Tank News.
Yeah, do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
You have man boobs.
You poop out. Poop out your mouth.
Oh, my apologies.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Go,
Click subscribe.
San Diego.
Why is that happening to me right now? The biggest news that I've ever had in Fish Tank News, so big that we're just starting this stream in an unorthodox way. Listen, 2 weeks ago, I told you a little story. I said, I went outside and I talked to the guy. There was the guy working on our new internet out there. Not our new internet, but the internet for the whole neighborhood. And that guy said, I asked him, when's our internet going to be ready? And he said, well, we're going to wrap things up this week. And then next week, which would have been Thanksgiving week, we're going to be doing all of our tests. We're going to make sure everything's going quickly and everything's working smoothly. And if it is, we're going to turn it over to the company. So that means that because Thanksgiving was that week, they probably won't call you that week. But the week after that, which would be this week, they're probably going to give you a call. And I said to you in that story, yeah, you know what? The way it's going to work out for me, it's because it's the way my luck works all the time, is they're going to call and they're going to say, okay, the next available appointment we have is March 15th or January 29th or something crazy like that. Well, last week, I saw them out there doing their tests. I didn't know that they were doing their tests, but I saw them out there. I knew they were out there doing work, and I was looking at, I was like, okay, things are on schedule, just like the guy said. And then we get to this last Monday, and I'm anxious. I get up in the morning. First thing I do, check that website to see if the map has turned green where I live, and it hadn't. But I wasn't going to panic. First day of the week, people were off for 4 days. Give them some time. We had a mammoth of a day on Monday, thanks to you for taking advantage of our Black Friday sale. So I checked it again Monday evening. And guess what? It was green. The map was green. I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Lisa because she was at the store and she said, what the hell is that? She didn't know what that meant, but I told her, I know what it means. I called them right then and they were closed. I live in a small town. People don't stay open late. But I called the very next morning. Tuesday morning, just 2 days ago. First thing in the morning, I called them up and I said, hey, the map is green. We need our internet. And they said, yes, you're right. The map is green. So let's go ahead. Let's do it. Let's figure this out. We talked about the package a little bit. I made a decision that I didn't think I would make. We'll talk about that in John's world. And she gets to the point where she says, let's put you on the schedule. And I said, okay. She said, what is a good time for you? I said, how about this afternoon? And she laughed. She was like, well, that's not really going to work. We really can't do that. But I do have an appointment at 8 a.m. Thursday morning. So what does that mean? That means today I got up at 7:45. I went into the bathroom. I'm brushing my teeth. I got a notification from my security system that said, hey, somebody's at your front door. Not only were they here this morning, but they were here 15 minutes early. And here's the thing. If you've ever had a utility like cable or internet or phone line, if anybody ever still has that anymore, if you've ever had that added to your house, typically what they do, and I used to do this for a living, they will run the wire across the ground from the box at the street to your house. And then a crew will come back a few days, couple weeks, whenever later and bury that line. No, not this company. No, everybody showed up today. I didn't tell you yet, but Lisa is under the weather at the moment. And so she was not sleeping, but she was still in bed. There were 6 people running around my house today and this fish house. And they got everything installed in both buildings, 2 completely separate systems in like 2 hours. And let me just tell you, I've been like this all day since because it is a completely different deal. I've been waiting for this for so long. And just to tell you, just to make it make more sense, if you're going to do a live stream like I'm doing right now on YouTube, YouTube will suggest that you have a megabits per second upload speed of around 12 to 15 megabits per second. That's what they say that you really need. I did a speed test last night while still on the Starlink. What does that number say? Is it still on the screen? The upload speed was like 5.62.
No, 5.49.
5.49. I still have it up on the screen because I showed her. You need 10 to 12 to 15. 15 if you're going to stream in 4K. I had 5. You wonder why my live stream struggled as much as it did, and I had to run a 300-foot Cat 6 cable. I just did a speed test 5 minutes ago because I knew I was going to be talking about this. That's the number that I put in the chat. 922 point something something. 922. You need 10 to 15 to stream fluently, and I've got 922. This is a happy guy right now. All of this drama, all of it, should be over with now. We are back to normal. Everything should be fine. And oh my God, I feel good about it. We're going to talk a little bit more about it because it is kind of a personal thing, not necessarily having to do with anything with fish. In John's world, briefly we'll speak about that, but I figured this was worthy of Fish Tank News because this is the start of something big. Lisa and I, you know what? I want to go back and sit down because we need to talk about this together. So push the double button.
Oh, no. What?
The double.
Oh, well, you're back now.
She doesn't even know where the buttons are. This girl is not feeling good today.
I'm trying, but it is what it is. I'm here. I didn't want to not be here, so I was like, I'm just not going to do my own things tonight. I'm not going to do the fish profile and stuff like that. I'll just kind of be here and chat whenever he lets me because he's got a lot to say, and
But
that's fine.
You know what, though? I told her, I said, hey, do you think I have a problem talking? You don't even have to hardly do any talking today. It's no big
just
deal.
Be here because I do have some thank yous, but I'm not going to do those right now. So.
And you're going to have to participate in some of the segments that we have coming up. But
I
listen,
like the Rate My Tank.
we've got Rate My Tank coming up. We've got a really cool product spotlight. Just got it today. So excited about that. We're doing a I love the comment section.
Ooh,
That one ought to be fun.
there is something that I want to say.
Put the microphone to your face, even though you're sick. You get your sick all over
No,
it.
I'm saying it to you. Nightbot is blocking people and like doing all kinds of mean stuff to our friends, and I don't like that. If it was people that weren't friends, it'd be different. But it's like all of our friends.
I don't know why that's happening. And if she was going to be talking tonight, I would take that opportunity to fix that. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. That's one of those things that I neglected to get to before we started the stream today because it's been a lot going on. We've got Fish Tank Tomfoolery going on today, and the interesting thing about those is we've got 3 videos to share with you, and I don't even remember what they are because
And I've never seen them, so this
she's
should
never
be
seen
fun.
them. We were supposed to do it last week, and we didn't get to it. So I got a YouTube channel shout out, a creator shout out today that I'm really excited about. Somebody that has needed to be shouted out for a long time. We're going to give away some Northfin fish food.
Yes.
I can't get this microphone straight. And Lisa's going to give away some Northfin fish food because it was her idea to give that away anyway.
And we're going to do 3 packs. And we're going to 3 packs of your choice. And to make
3?
it easier, to make it easier, since we don't know what fish you have, and you win. I don't want to say, oh, you're going to win these 3 packs, and then you end up having totally different fish. So go on our website, see what's available in Northfin, and you tell us the 3 packs. If you're the winner, what 3 packs you want. Because
3 bags you want. What 3?
3 bags of, fish, food, or whatever. Of Northfin, specifically. And you know what? Maybe we'll do it twice. Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
Twice is good.
Sounds good to me. And then we have our true or false segment. Today's question is in the chat right now. You're looking at it. It says, fish require a good light to truly be happy. Answer that, true or false. There is no true, false, maybe, depends. No, it's just true or false.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And surprised by the answers there. Do have a brief, it's never brief with me. John's World, Lisa has some thank yous. It's a jam-packed show today. We've got all kinds of fun happening. The first thing that we're going to do, before we get into that, I don't know why this camera is not focusing on me. It's probably because Lisa's not putting the microphone up to her mouth or something. I don't know. But
What? Oh, did you want to tell them about the other microphone?
even when she's not feeling well, I still like to break her balls. Yeah, Carl chewed up one of our microphones.
Yeah.
Hers, as a matter of fact.
Mine.
You might see that today. She's not running back and forth to her set. I will maybe go over and talk with you a little bit at her set, and I'll show you the carnage that is that microphone. But listen, folks, this is very important. I want to tell you what our goal is with this. I've been waiting on this new internet for a very long time, and it's finally here. I can finally do what I want to do, and I can do it with confidence and not feel like our internet's going to cut out. And there are so many people that no longer watch this stream anymore because of that, and I understand it.
Probably Nightbot.
Well, Nightbot's probably not making them happy either, but what is that? What is Nightbot doing? I wish there was a way I could fix that. Hey, listen, don't pay attention to Nightbot. How about that?
Well, that's what, you know what, poor gray man nature, his name has emojis in it, and he keeps getting, every time he comments, he keeps getting
Yeah, that's
timed
unfortunate.
out.
Sorry about that, gray man's nature. Yeah, maybe don't put fire emojis in your name. I mean, it's not, it doesn't bother me, but apparently it bothers our employee, Nightbot. That's not our employee. That's an AI thing. I did that specifically for the giveaways. I didn't realize all of that was going to be happening, and I did promise you that I was going to get to that, and I didn't. So fire me. Listen, it is my mission and her mission. She would express a lot of enthusiasm over this too if she was feeling 100% right now, to make this the best live stream on the internet when it comes to the fish keeping hobby. That's our goal. Am I saying everybody else is bad? And no, I'm just saying that is the effort that we're going to put forward with this. We're going to try every single week to continue to get better at what it is that we're doing. And now I finally have the confidence to be able to do that. We've got the computers, we've got the microphones, the cameras, the internet. There's nothing stopping us now. And I can assure you that that is my goal, and that is what I'm going to try to do. We want to do this stream differently than what everybody else is doing, mainly because what everybody else does is boring to me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying for me, it's boring. And so if I'm bored, you're not going to have any fun. I need to have fun. I need this to be exciting. I need there to be energy and enthusiasm, and sitting here reading what pH do I need for this particular fish and then answering that is not entertaining to me. I don't enjoy that. So instead, I like to do fun things like rate my tank and internet tomfoolery and all of this stuff. So we're going to be constantly evolving what it is that we're doing. There'll be different segments every single week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully, now that we are not giving you a trash presentation because of Elon Musk, it's his fault. It's 100%.
It's his fault, yeah.
I'm going to say it again because Elon's very powerful, and I don't want to make him mad. Starlink is a great internet service as long as you're not live streaming. That's That's it. That's
No,
the way I
it's
feel
not.
about
It
it.
sucks. I couldn't even get internet
That
in my
was
office.
not Starlink's fault. That was the Wi-Fi's
It
fault.
was Starlink's fault because
I installed it.
What? Yeah, well, this stuff works in my office. I get internet in my office now.
The internet company, when they installed this, they also included a mesh Wi-Fi system. So our house is not really big, but it's spread out because it's been added onto so many times. And so the router's on one end of the house. The other end of the house wouldn't get any signal. Now it does, because now it's got these
Like,
mesh.
I'm not sitting there going, dun, 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 waiting or feeling like I have AOL dial-up again. I mean, it was insane sitting there waiting for just one of the screens to come up, and I'm like, oh, let me go make coffee real quick and come back and it'll be up. Now it's just
Boop.
click. I'm
Right,
like,
done.
ah.
Maybe now you'll spend more time in there.
Yeah,
Not that I
maybe-
want you to, but
Maybe I'll actually clean it and spend time in there. I will hopefully be able to start live streaming on my own channel too now, because I have internet in my office that works, and it's not a big fiasco with setting up.
all right, well, it works for me. So anyway, like I said, this is the beginning of a new thing for us. I realize we've been doing this. This is episode 5 of Boxes of Water Live. People ask, what does B.O.W.L stand for? Well, that's Boxes of Water Live. I didn't want to call it Tank Talk Live because didn't want to confuse it with the podcast and all that. So Boxes of Water Live, episode 5. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to try to make this the best live stream on the internet. Now, we have a Rate My Tank.
Just one, right?
Yes. And I did not make a new transition for this one yet. I was working on them today, and I neglected to do that one. So we will just go right into this. I need to make sure it doesn't mute our microphones.
Ooh,
Nope, the microphones are not muted. So
pretty.
this tank belongs to Ed Pariah? Oh, Ed,
I
I'm
like
sorry.
that. That's very pretty.
I'm sorry, Ed. I'm probably saying your name very badly. I am going to try to pull up Ed's email because I don't know if he has... okay, he does have a little bit of information here. So what we have is
guppies.
a 20 high guppies and lemon blue eye pleco baby grow out.
Aw, cute.
There is a special surprise with this, and you're about to see it right now. You didn't see this coming, did you? Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so cool.
I remember, and there's a tank in the background too. I remembered seeing this and I said, oh, that has to be on Rate My Tank. The filter is a new AquaClear AC70
Nice.
on a 20 high.
Wow, yeah, that's filtered good.
Ed ain't messing around with his filtration. He's got a Hygger light and heater. The tank is in the bottom of a stand of a 65-gallon tank. That is one of the things that impressed me the most about it when I saw that. I see another intake tube there. Does not look like an AquaClear, but that's okay. We're not going to hold that against him. An AC70 is a whole lot of filter for a 20-gallon tank, but the nice thing is you can turn it down. I think he might, I don't know. I think he might have been like, oops, the AC70 is on my top tank. No, that looks like the same intake there too. And that looks like a canister output. So
Oh, I can't see what's up there.
yeah, I don't know what we've got as far as, I'm not calling Ed a liar. Ed, if you're in here, make sure you don't spam a bunch of emojis or Nightbot will punish you. But
Oh, they're so cute. I love the bristle nose.
let me give you a better view of it. Get it a little closer to you. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a big fan of what is that? It's a octopus plant, or I don't know what plant that is. For certain, it's not just guppy grass. Plenty of anubias. They look like coffifolias. So I'm a big fan of that, of course, and especially with a tank that's full of guppies and bristlenose. What I love is the sheer volume of bristlenose that are in there.
too.
They are everywhere, along with the guppies.
And I like that he didn't clean the algae off the glass. He left it for the bristlenose to eat. So they have food. I like that.
He really does take care of those. And there's algae on the plants and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
But you know
it's
what?
perfect, though.
It doesn't look bad. It looks like, hey, there's stuff in there for the plecos to work on.
It's nature.
I
I like that.
getting into the ratings, because we start off with equipment. So to recap, I do, Ed, I'm going to have to question you a little bit here. I don't think that is a AquaClear 70 that's on there. I think you maybe have a canister filter on there. Excuse me. I think you got a canister on there.
I don't know. Is the sponge on the end of it?
Yeah, it's got an intake. I'm not calling you a liar, but I don't think it is an AC70. But what I do think is it's doing its job. I like what it looks like in there as far as the equipment goes. The light is really good. The heater, I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to ding anybody for heaters. The round things on the side to me look like they're probably magnet algae scrapers, which he's not putting to use because he wants them baby algae eaters to do some work, baby plecos.
Yep.
They're working on that driftwood too. It's adorable.
I love it.
From an equipment standpoint, it doesn't stand out to me like, oh, wow, this is first class, but it's also not bad either. So I'm going to go 6.5
Yeah.
on equipment.
I think that's actually very reasonable. I think I'm going to say 6.5 too. Not to be a copycat. No, not to be a copycat. It just, it makes sense.
The Aquascape, it's funny. I've got it on two screens now. The Aquascape looks good. It's a lot of plants. There's not really any hardscape except for a couple of very small sticks and a little bit of wood, which makes total sense considering what he's doing in there. It's a grow out tank for bristlenose. So why have a big elaborate aquascape with a bunch of caves and nooks and crannies when you're going to be trying to catch babies out of there, and you wouldn't be able to do it if you had all of those hiding spots in there. So it makes sense. Love the plants. It doesn't jump out at me like wow, like a couple of the ones did last week. A couple of those just took my breath away, but it's good. I like the aquascape. I like the plants. The plants look good.
I think it's a nice scape. I like it.
It is simple, and it is actually it's efficient because it is aquascaped to suit what the tank
Exactly.
is, and
That's
so
what I like about it.
gets extra points from me for that. But you know, without really any hardscape in it, I struggle to give it above a 6. People might look at me as I'm a big meanie for that, but it's a pretty simple. I didn't mean to say skimple. Pretty simple scape. 6 I'm comfortable with. She's going to give it a higher score.
Well, I am because I like the natural look of it. I like that it is made specifically for the fish and they're happy. I think it's perfect for what it's suited for, and I personally am going to give it a 7.
Very nice. I don't think that's unreasonable. I think that's perfectly fine. Fish. We got a very simple combination of fish in here. We've got what appear to be, don't take offense to this, mutt guppies. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
A 25.
We've got guppies. We've got the baby plecos. This is a grow out tank, and it is beautiful. Are anything on this earth cuter than baby fish? I mean, puppies are pretty daggone. Kittens, baby ducks. There's a lot of things really, really cute when they're babies. Baby fish are absolutely adorable.
I've got so many baby guppies.
I love the fish. The fish is something that unless somebody has well, I don't know. I mean, even if it was one fish, but that fish was like a big Midas or something like that, probably still get a high score. But I mean, it's guppies and bristlenose. She's going to be upset with me. I'm going to give the fish a 7.5. She's not going to like that at all.
Well, I think the fish are a 10.
Congratulations, Ed. You did it.
I think they're a 10.
You got yourself a 10. Listen, we all have our own tastes. I'm not going to argue that, but I mean, 10's a lot. But hey,
I like the fish.
she makes her own decision.
That's right.
Overall presentation is where things get.
I don't see dead fish.
No.
I see a live fish. I see happy fish. I see healthy fish. So, yeah.
The overall presentation of this gets complicated because when we're talking about the overall presentation, we're talking about the overall presentation, the whole deal, the whole thing. And that includes what's going on around it. Now, I'm not talking about down the wall or in the other room. I'm talking about what's going on immediately around it. And what Ed's got going for him here is that he's got that beautiful tank. Ed, why didn't you show the top tank? That one's really nice too.
Yeah, I love that.
But he chose to go with the bottom tank, and I think that's really cool when he comes out and you see the fact that it is down below. I think that's special. And what I love about it, so many people would just have a shelf down there with the tank. Kind of like that, kind of like that. When you have double-decker tanks, they don't make a big deal out of the tanks on the bottom, but Ed did. He trimmed it out, made it look nice, put that little front fascia on it to cover up all of the workings. He closed it in, and he closed it in really nicely, and it's a really nice tank that is below another really nice tank. 10s are going to be really hard to come by from me, Ed, but I'm giving that a solid 9. People are going to think I'm crazy, but it's a double-decker that looks like it could be in somebody's living room. It's not in a fish room. It's not like ours. It's just 2x4s. It actually looks really, really nice. I'm going to give you a 9 on the overall presentation, and I'll say it to your face.
Yeah. I really, really like it. And as far as overall presentation, you might be the actual nice guy this time because like I said, I really like it a lot, but I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Well, that's not that bad.
So I think
that's
it's
good.
beautiful, though. It is one of those tanks where you're like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome as soon as you walk into the room.
You know, it is. I mean, and that's something you could have in the main living area of your house, and it wouldn't be an embarrassment. I mean, it looks really nice. It's a really nice presentation. I can't math while on the internet in front of millions of people, so I'm not going to. What?
That's a good point. Fritz Aquatic says that tank on the bottom is really cool, actually, for little kids, eye level, but they can't reach it.
That is so true.
That is true.
That is so true.
Very
Fritz
good
Aquatics
point.
in the chat.
Hey,
How about
Fritz.
that, folks? Told you they were a huge supporter of this channel. So welcome. There's a couple of people that could be, so I don't know directly who to say that to. But overall, Ed, you did good.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see his name? I thought I saw Ed in there. Maybe I saw somebody else. I don't know. You did good, Ed. We will total these up, and probably not going to be tonight because she doesn't have any segments where I could do the maths while she's doing those segments. But yeah, I liked that tank a lot. I think you did good, especially the way it was enclosed. I'd like to know how you get to it. I'd be interested. I'm sure it's just a lift up on the thing kind of thing. But yeah, that looks really good. Well done. Now, I'm going to talk to you about a new product. It's not a new product, but it's something that we just got in that I'm super excited about. And we're going to talk about that right now. There you go. There we go. All right, listen. I've been talking about bringing this product in for a while. There was a reason why we had to clear out some of the older stuff before we got this in. There's a couple of products that I've been talking about we're going to be bringing in. We're bringing in better products than what we had. And this one is definitely that. And it showed up today, and I wasn't even expecting it. Good communication there. But listen, there's something that has to be said. I've said this on my channel before. I am not opposed in any way to products that come from China. So many products. I mean, so much of what's happening right now, even on the screen that you're looking at, the camera that you're being filmed on, probably these microphones, I don't know. The lights on there, the light that's lighting me, the lights in our ceiling, I could go on and on. So much of the things that we use on a day-to-day basis are made in China. And there's no way around that, really. So I don't have a problem with it. But if I have the opportunity to get a product that's manufactured in the United States of America, I'm going to do that 100 times out of 100. Even if it's a fraction more money, a little bit more money, it's worth it to me. I've brought in American-made lights before that were way more expensive than the Chinese lights, and they sold, but you know, it's kind of a hard sell because those were, you know, a light that's $40 from China would be 240 of that light. It's a great light and it's worth all 240 of those dollars, but that's a hard sell to a lot of people. This is absolutely not. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the simplest products on planet Earth. But in my opinion, all due respect to anyone else out there, it's the best in the business. This is the Aquarium Technologies, or ATI, Hydro Sponge Filter. 100% American made. They patented the foam. They manufacture the foam. They manufacture all of it. I absolutely love it. There's something new about these. If you've heard about ATI, this is what we used to use in our fish, in the garage when we had our garage. We had Deep Blues and we had these. You may have never heard of Deep Blue. Not many people have. It was a company that our distributor at the time carried, and it is what it is. They were great too. This is the ATI Hydro. This is, we used in half of our tanks. The other half was Deep Blue. What I like about these is the fine foam. That's what ATI is known for, is their foam. A lot of manufacturers use their foam for their sponge filters. This is the fine foam version of it. They do have the Pro version, which is the more coarse foam. I personally, I'm not a fan of coarse foam sponge filters. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I like them to be the fine foam that picks up more. You don't still have all those particles floating around in there. I prefer the fine foam. Doesn't mean if you like the coarse foam, I'm going to make fun of you. I'm just saying it is what it is. Now, this also comes apart, and this is where things are very interesting. Do you recall, I bet you don't, back in like 2013, I made a video where I made DIY egg tumblers for my African cichlid eggs when we were breeding. I even showed you a tank that we had. It was a 33 long that just had a row of homemade egg tumblers. How did I make those egg tumblers? With this. This is the top cap, bullet cap if you want to call it that, and the uptake tube. From this, I would order, I ordered a whole bunch of these. I ordered all individually. Ordered all of these. The video's out there. And listen, I'm not trying to claim that that was my design. I got the idea from a kid on YouTube, and everybody kept asking me how do you make those? So I made a video about it, and I'm pretty sure I credited him in that video too. But you take a cap and you put it on each side. You use a material. It could be like a pantyhose. That's what I used. There's a lot of things that you can use on each end and then you put the eggs in there, you hook an air stone up to it, and it makes them float. It makes the eggs bob up and down. That's not why you want to buy these, but I'm saying, if you recall that video that I did, this is what I was using when I made those egg tumblers. So it's very cool. I mean, I don't sell all of the parts. I just sell the sponge filters, and these just got here today. So I'm just letting you know that's how long ago it was that I was using these. But there's something different about them now than the ones that I was using before. And that's this. Do you hear that? What the heck is that? Why did something doesn't sound right in there. This is full of gravel. Instead of it just being a lead base or some kind of metal inside of this base to weigh it down, they fill it full of substrate. That's what they have in there, is gravel substrate. And there's holes cut all through it so that water can flow through there, giving you more biomedia. And if this is all you're filtering with, sponge filters are known for having a lot of surface area for beneficial bacteria, but now you got even more. If this is your sole filtration, you're good to go. It has even more on that. This was a surprise to me. I didn't even know about this when I first reached out to them, but here we are. It's a new and improved feature, and I'm going to put this up to the camera. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it right there. Look at that. It might be backwards while you're looking at it, but it's right there in front of you. Made in the USA. That's not something you find all that often anymore. Why? Because things cost way too much money to manufacture them in the United States. But ATI is able to do it, and these are not, the prices are competitive with any other sponge filters out there. I absolutely love it. We have it in 5 different sizes. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the Hydro 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The biggest one, they say, can filter a 125-gallon tank. Am I going to want to have the one sponge filter in a 125-gallon tank? I'm not. No, I'm sorry, ATI. I'm not going to be okay with only having that in there, but a couple of them, sure. I'm somebody that believes once you get to 55 and over, I don't mean age, I'm almost there, but 55 gallons and over, you really need some type of power filtration. You don't have to, but if it's in your living room and you want it to look beautiful, we need some power filtration. But if you have a fish room, you got a bunch and you're breeding and you're doing all of that, and you only want sponge filters because you have a whole system, yeah, you can do that. I would probably go with 2 of them, 1 on each end. In fact, we did that in our store and it worked out really well. So there you go. These are available on the site now. I am so glad to have these because, again, if I can get something American made, I'm going to do it 100 times out of 100. Unless I'm going to go broke doing it or my customers are going to go broke doing it, I'm going to order those, and that's just what it's going to be. And I'll say it to your face. What are we doing next? I don't know what button for you to push, and you're out of it. So I think it's I love the comments.
Oh, where's that at?
It's in there.
Oh. So,
Should
I
be
guess,
fun.
Well, you know what? I'm going to just touch briefly on a comment. It was put up, I don't know, a couple Sundays ago, and I'm not even going to read it. I'm not going to read the comment. I'm not going to read
There was
everything.
about 20 that all said the same thing, but
Well, this one particular one. And the reason why I'm not going to read the comment and who it was and all that is because I don't want to bring attention to that particular person. So we've been making videos for a very long time. John, longer than me, like he's made more than I have, of course, but we've been on YouTube a very long time. The comment section has been around the entire time. And for the most part, I would say 99% of the comments are positive and good. I mean, it depends on what video it is, or, you know, if it's a controversial video, or it's a video about betas or plecos, then we're going to have a little bit lower positive rating, because people want to comment about how you say a certain word or something like that. So,
beta.
right.
Just say
so the comment had to do with how he pronounced beta or whatever in this video. And there were a lot of, there was more than one person that commented about that. You know, they had to click off the video. They couldn't watch it anymore because he didn't pronounce it correctly, whatever. And there was one, I guess they went into detail talking about how it should be pronounced, you know, with the way it's spelled and all this other stuff. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay, Karen. And that's what I said. I commented, okay, Karen. I think it's funny.
Oh boy.
I think calling somebody a Karen is funny. It's not to be mean. It's just because I'm that kind of person. I like to laugh about things more than get angry about it, because I don't really care about the mean comments. I usually, for the most part, if it's something like that, it just goes right over my head and I'm like, whatever. It doesn't change my day or my paycheck or anything like that. So I commented, okay, Karen. Oh boy. Not only did they come back at me, somebody else. And then they would just tag each other back and forth and back and forth. And then started calling me names and just whatever. And I don't care. You didn't hurt my feelings. But then they said something about they were unsubscribing from my channel, from my cat channel or whatever. And I'm like, whatever, you know, to myself, whatever. And then they said something about I wasn't getting these, like something where I wasn't seeing these comments so that I could see how rude I was by saying this, and them commenting back. And that's when I decided, well, let me say something, because I wanted them to know I saw this, and I wanted to speak my mind. And basically what I said was, I don't care if you how did I put it? I don't give a rat's ass if you unsubscribe from my YouTube channel talking about the Roots and Whiskers, because I just don't care about what know-it-alls have to say. And if you are so sensitive and stuff about being called a Karen and you don't have a sense of humor, that's not my problem. I just, whatever. And, the thing is, I guess my point to all this is, there are a lot of people out there that they go on these Facebook forums, or maybe they're new at making YouTube videos, and people comment and it runs them off, something mean or negative, it runs them off, and then they don't want to make videos anymore, or they don't want to be in the fish keeping anymore. They don't want to be in these forums because these know-it-alls make them feel like they're dumb or something. And so my whole point is, if you're going to go into somebody's comment section and you don't have something nice to say and you want to be negative, don't come into mine and be that way, because I am not your doormat, and I will respond. So
here's my response. I don't care how people pronounce words. There are a couple that really, I just said I don't care. And what I mean is that it really bothers me when I hear people mispronounce these words. But the point is, I don't say anything about it. Why? Because I don't want to be one of those know-it-alls, and I don't want to frustrate people so bad that they bail from forums, or that's why I don't go. It's not people being mean to me. It's people being mean to other people. Drives me insane. I have a couple of really good examples. First of all, I just bought a new computer. I bought a new computer for the house. We're actually going to talk about it in John's world, so that we can move the iMac out here. And I was doing some research, and one of the things that a lot of computers have on them is Ethernet ports. We all know what Ethernet ports are, right? There's a channel that I watch all the time that's called 9 to 5 Mac. They do all Mac videos. I watched a video about his review of the computer that I wanted to buy, and he pronounced it Ethernet. And it sounded so ridiculous to me. But did I say anything? No. Why? Because who cares? He's saying it wrong. So what? How does it change my life? And there's another one. And this one is very prevalent. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are 338,000 people watching this right now. And I bet you half of them say this name wrong, and they don't even realize that they say it wrong. It drives me up a wall, and I've got proof that I'm right about this. I am a Harry Potter fanatic. I'm a Potterhead. I'm not a pothead. I'm a Potterhead. I named my bikers Crab, Goyle, and Draco. I love me some Harry Potter. I have action figures and everything. Watched the movies 100 times, read the books, love it. So, because I am a big Potterhead, I am a big fan of the author of that series. Now, I want you to think right now in your head, what is her name? I bet you half of you that know who the author is, and pretty much everybody knows who that is. I bet you half of you said, oh, that's J.K. Rowling. There's a couple of big YouTube channels, multi-million subscriber YouTube channels that talk about this kind of stuff, and they pronounce her name J.K. Rowling. Did you know that that's wrong? A lot of people don't. Her last name is pronounced Rowling. It's bowling with an R. But half the people out there pronounce it Rowling. Do you want to know how I know? I'm going to play it for you.
Why J.K. Rowling? I mean, disguises yourself.
Rowling.
Rowling. It's a lot of good stuff. Why J.K. Rowling? I mean, disguises yourself.
Rowling.
Rowling. It's a lot of good stuff.
I realize good old JK has said some things recently that if people have taken the wrong way, and a lot of people are upset with her right now. And I realize that doesn't look like her. That video was from 1998. She looks very different now that she's a billionaire, but that's the woman herself saying it. The interviewer interviewing one of the most successful authors in history mispronounced her name to her face. She corrected him because that's her name. If somebody came and said, Mr. Hudson, I would say it's Hudson. Come on, don't be an idiot. So I don't blame her for correcting people, for correcting that guy. You're a professional. I'm J.K. Rowling. Come on. He should have known how to say her name properly. But that's her herself proving that I'm right on this. But again, do I care? If I'm watching a channel and I said J.K. Rowling is in the news, do I click off? Do I put in the comment section, you should understand English? No, because I don't care. I just keep watching and I just say, I wonder if he knows, or I wonder if she knows that he or she is saying the word right, the word wrong. People don't like know-it-alls, period. This is probably why you've gotten kicked out of a lot of groups. This is why you end up standing in the corner at fish club meetings by yourself, because no one wants to talk to a know-it-all. So let it go. We say beta. If you don't like it, go watch somebody that says beta.
Oh.
How about that?
Oh, okay.
Does that work?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I see a bunch of orange popping up here, and I also saw Fritz Aquatics donated 10 memberships. Look
Oh.
at that.
Thank you, Fritz.
Fritz Aquatics, a sponsor of the channel. We
Thank you.
love Fritz. They love, well, apparently they love us.
And our subscribers and members.
There are now 10 people in there that will get 5% off of our website
And you can get your own
anytime.
Fritz Aquatics at keepfishkeeping.com.
Wouldn't that be something? It's almost like Fritz gave you a discount on their products. That is
so cool.
That is impressive. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I don't want to
Fritz.
say names because I know who used to be in that position. I don't know if the people that are in that position want their names said, so I'll just say thank you, Fritz Aquatics. Then that guy from Canada, you know that guy? He's a smaller guy. He's a little fella. What was his name? Oh, Joey. Love Lisa's rants. Can this be a segment, please? Believe me, it could, but I don't want to be one of those ranty channels. I hear it all the time.
Oh, no, you don't.
And she hears mine.
Yeah, we usually just tell each other.
We rant to each other.
Zen hears it.
Then he came back and said, pro tip, pronounce it wrong on purpose. You will be concerned.
Correct.
You will be corrected a ton of times. All those comments, typing the word topic off will help with the algorithm. That's very true, Joey.
Yeah. Have you watched the Pleco video?
Yeah. And the thing is, those, not going to say what gender they were, kept going back to that video over and over and over and over again to comment, and we probably made $1 just from them. So that's very true. I mean, but the thing is, I just don't care. That's the whole thing. I mean, listen, I'm a humongous Harry Potter fan, like I said. I used to call Professor Snape Professor Snipe.
Oh.
Because if you hear the British accent, Snipe, it sounds like Snipe.
It does, kind of.
So it took me a long time to remember it's Snape, S-N-A-P-E. It's pronounced Pleco. Yeah, see? Type that in 1,000 times, Joey, and...
No, don't. Nightbot will...
No, I fixed Nightbot, by the way.
Oh, you did?
When she was ranting, I went on Nightbot, and I got that corrected.
You're welcome, everybody.
All right, so we are going to get into...
No, you didn't.
Oh, Dennis,
Thank
you almost
Dennis.
got me again.
Gifted 5.
It's McKelvey. Gifted 5 memberships, and he does it almost every single week. Thank you so much for that, Dennis.
His last name, it's like how...
McKelvey.
Mackenzie. My daughter, Mackenzie. It's spelled M-C-K, just like that.
But for some reason, it gets me every time, and I don't know why, but it does. And then Kaylin Shepard, in the words of Snape, don't be an insufferable know-it-all. Thank you. See that?
You, Kaylin.
And I should do that. I should isolate that and play that when people do that to us. That would be fun. That'd be a good time. All right. We're going to get into some internet tomfoolery.
Today I'm transferring my house into a fish tank.
Get out of the tank!
Oh my god.
All right, so here's the thing. All of those clips that you just saw were from React videos that I did a long time ago. It was a lot of fun to do. The girl pouring can't stand that girl. But the screaming and the being overly dramatic. But you're going to see that every time we do that here. But these clips that I have for you right now, I do not remember.
Oh.
I don't remember them because I got these clips 2 weeks ago when we were supposed to do Internet Tomfoolery last week, and we didn't do it. So I don't remember what
And I haven't
any
even
of these
seen
are.
them, so this is going to be good.
Yeah, so here we go with the first one, and hopefully it doesn't mute our microphones. We'll have to see. Nope.
Clean out your fish tank.
Oh, yeah, see? Okay. Mm-hmm.
What? What?
Uh-huh, you saw it. Glass cleaner.
Is this real?
It's real.
He's cleaning it all? Are we muted?
No.
Oh.
So be careful. Scrubbing the plants. Make sure they're sparkling clean.
Are you sure he's not just like Rescaping?
No, he's got step by step listed in text on there. Put water conditioner in the water clarifier before you put fish in, and wait about an hour.
Oh, yeah, because that hour really makes a difference in cycling the tank. Okay. Is there any filtration? Because I don't even see water moving. Okay.
Every single thing in that video was wrong.
Even that blue gravel, ugly.
I can forgive that, and the little crystal stones so delicately scattered
I'm sorry,
around.
That's not nice. Blue gravel's cute. It's cute in some tanks.
This this is a young person that is trying to be famous on TikTok. I understand that. And desperate for content. And they said, well, my mom said I have to clean the fish tank, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make a video about it. The video was well done. It had some nice, editing and stuff to it. Put the text on there. I don't know if Opus Clips did that or if he did it himself. The video's well done. It's just that none of the information was right. Yeah, take the filter off, scrub it all down, replace the cartridges.
Use a strainer for the substrate. Oh my God, I hope he cleaned it before he put it back in the kitchen.
Make sure you take a sponge, the one that's right there in your kitchen, and scrub that algae off the plants, because that's not good for them. And don't forget, when the tank's empty, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of it being empty and use glass cleaner.
How many views?
I don't know. I didn't look. But I'm not kidding you. When I do these, I just type in aquarium on TikTok and I scroll, and I do it on my desktop so that I can download these, and it doesn't take me long. It takes 5 minutes and I find these clips. That is an example of something that I wish we had some kind of control over, but we don't, which is certain people just shouldn't be able to make videos if they're endangering animals. And that's what's happening, because there's a lot of fish that are going to die because of that video. That video might have 4 views. I don't know. And one of them is me, probably 2 from me. I just wish there was a way to not allow certain things on the internet.
Sort of like it being, what's the word I'm trying to use? Like an animal abuse video. Like it should be taken down.
But you're 100%. But so many people would watch that video and go, yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, it's all right to do that.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Oh, I figured out how to clean my aquarium.
I don't want to be one of those snobs. I'm not one of those snobs, I promise.
No, that has to do with a fish's life, safety, and,
Not only that, but also putting it out there on the internet in the hopes that millions of people will see it. Along with the clips you saw in that transition. I mean, they're all out there, and it drives me nuts.
Is there more?
There's 2 more, and again, I don't know what these are.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait. Yep, gotta mute that. Beautiful music.
Oh.
I remember this one, and daggone it, I wish I had waited until, I wish I would have put this on last, but tomfoolery is not always a bad thing, folks.
Well, that's really pretty. What's wrong with it? I mean, I think it's beautiful. And it even has glowfish, and they're taken care of very well.
I'm going to put it on loop. I selected this one because it was just so mesmerizing.
It is very nice.
When I say tomfoolery, it could be anything. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be amazing, it could be ridiculous. This is in the amazing category, and I'm reminded of somebody that is in the chat right now doing this. I was about to say attempted, Joey, because I don't think it worked out, but you can correct me in the chat. I know you will if I'm wrong. But Joey that's done with sand.
Oh.
It's like a sand waterfall. Oh. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, that is amazing looking. I hate the glowfish, but it's what an incredible piece of art that is. So this is not all bad tomfoolery. It sometimes can be good, and this is an example of really good. Not only is it an amazing aquascape, yeah, the fish, they're glowfish. Well, you could have done better than that, but that it could have no fish in it at all. And I would say, wow, because how did you do that? First of all, I know that there's been some people that have done it with glass tubes, and you don't see the glass tubes. But I don't know how that's being done, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Bravo to you. And that is Aquascape Design B.O.W.L, B-A-T-A-M, B.O.W.L. That is who that is from. Well done to you. I realize
pretty.
It says something different up at the top. I don't know why it says that on the actual video itself. Maybe somebody stole that from. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I put down there Aquascape Design B.O.W.L as the name of that one. And then I think this one, I don't know what this one is. We got one more. I hope it's
Clean the bottom of your tank. I use this siphon gravel cleaner that makes every clean super therapeutic. I get the feeling of an alien on a spaceship, like I'm on the verge of abducting a fish at any time. What can I say? The suction power of this thing is way too strong, but it doesn't pick up the gravel. From my experience, the larger size works best for coarse gravels and pellets, while the smaller one is great for fine sandy gravel. This allows you to pick up the gum without sucking up the gravel. The rod is retractable to fit any tank size too. The small size has an extra feature. You can clamp it on the tank while cleaning to free up your hands. You clean the bottom of your tank. I use this siphon gravel cleaner that makes every clean super therapeutic. I get the feeling of an alien on a
I'm not giving them another play.
I mean, it's just a python, pretty much.
Oh no, it's not a python. That goes into a bucket. And did y'all notice what I noticed about that? Did y'all see it? I'm looking at the chat. I know we're like 15 seconds behind, but I don't know if you noticed what I noticed. I'm going to play it again because it's pretty obvious to me.
How do you clean the bottom of your tank? I use this siphon gravel cleaner that makes every clean super therapeutic.
They've got it
I get the feeling
in
of an alien on a
2
spaceship,
times
like I'm on the verge
speed.
of abducting a fish at any time. What can I say? The suction power of this thing is way too strong, but it doesn't
That is
pick up the
not
gravel. From my
real time.
experience, the larger size works best for coarse gravels and pellets, while the smaller one is great for fine sandy gravel. This allows you to
Fine
pick up the
sandy
gunk
gravel.
without sucking up the gravel. The rod is retractable.
It makes it out like it's a
Like it's a miracle.
like a powered vacuum cleaner, but it is just a siphon into a bucket. Okay, I see what you mean.
So I have said this so many times, and it really bothers me to say it because I don't know any other way of saying it.
Just say it.
This is Chinese manufacturers thinking we are stupid. That's what it is. I went on a whole spiel earlier talking about how I am not somebody that's against products that are manufactured in China. But that's how stupid they think we are. And they've probably sold thousands of those stupid little pieces of plastic because they put an American AI voice over top of this video. I looked at that TikTok. There's like 500 accounts named, which one was it? Fishtopia 401, and they all have one video.
Oh.
And it's all that same voice. It is a computer-generated voice, and it's all silly, cheap garbage that is manufactured in China. I'm sorry. I mean, they make great products, but they also make some crappy ones. And that is an example of some junk that's being peddled to us dummies that think we're dumb enough to not realize that that was double speed.
I wouldn't buy that.
And we think it's fun to trap a green tiger barb in the suction. It's cute. I just think I'm going to suck it up, or whatever that idiot said.
I mean, I've done it accidentally.
Well,
but
we all have.
I shake it and make the fish swim out of it. You know, I don't, and I wouldn't record it. I would be like, sorry.
It makes me furious. And the thing is, It is so prominent on TikTok, and TikTok is a Chinese website. I mean, so I don't begrudge anybody advertising. Get out there and make your money. Do your thing. But when you're putting out deceptive marketing like that, I have a problem with that. A big time problem with that. And that's that. But now, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to do a creator shout out, and you're probably going to think I'm starting drama, but I'm not.
No.
And yeah, let's just do it. And I'm not sitting where you normally sit. I decided to give y'all a look at the goldfish tank today, sitting in Lisa's spot. So the top of my head's cut off because she's 5 foot nothing and I'm 6 feet tall. I'm not going to adjust the camera. I didn't know I was going to do this. And this is the microphone that got eaten by Carl, by the way. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little story about today's creator shout out. I think it was about 2 years ago. I was putting together a talk for Aquashella. If you've ever been to any of my talks at Aquashella, there's a couple that I've done that I wasn't very happy with, and I only did them one time because I wasn't happy with the way they went. I don't like getting up on stage and talking about myself. It's just not something I enjoy doing. I did that one time. I didn't like it. That was actually the last talk I ever did. When I was going to do talks, I wanted to do them on something fun, something that I can get up there and have a good time with and involve the audience with and maybe make them laugh a couple times and all this. So a couple of years ago, I was trying to come up with a new talk. And I said, you know what? I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to do like a history of aquariums. I can make that fun. I can figure out a way to make that fun. And so I start doing some research, and I mean, I know a little bit, but I don't know very much. And I'm like getting some ideas of some things to talk about. And then I said, you know what? I know a guy. I don't really know him, but I know a guy that I bet you is probably the best resource for this information. And so I reached out to a channel that, in my opinion, delivers more information about fish keeping than any other channel in our community. I really believe that. We all deliver the information that we deliver. You know, we talk about projects that we're working on, or we talk about specific problems or whatever. We all have our information that we deliver. But this channel does it differently than everybody else does because they go deeper, deeper, and go overboard with the information. If you are an information whore, an information nerd, you want to know absolutely every single possible detail you could possibly find out. I believe there's only one channel that's going to deliver that, and that channel is Fishtory. Now, you may know that channel as The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, but he recently switched it. I don't know how recent it was, but it wasn't that long ago, to Fishtory, and I think that was a good move, Alex. It's Alexander Williamson. This is a guy I've had multiple conversations with online, but I've never met in person. I reached out to Alex. I don't know if he likes being called Alex. He introduces himself as Alexander, but I call him Alex because it's easier. Reached out to him. I said, hey, I know you got some information on the history of aquariums, right? Is there like some bullet points that you could share with me? I'm trying to put a talk together. And he said, boy, do I. That dude sent me, I am not exaggerating here, folks, like 100 pages from a PowerPoint presentation that he did doing a talk at club meetings all about the history of aquariums. And it was way more in depth than anything that I had ever envisioned getting. I knew he was a good resource, but good Lord, I didn't realize it was that much. He overwhelmed me with information there. I appreciated it very much. And I didn't end up doing the talk. It wasn't his fault. It just never worked out. I just said, you know what? I don't want to do talks. I want to take a break from doing talks. I want to go to these shows and enjoy myself. And so that's why that happened. But if I ever go back to doing talks again, I've got an encyclopedia of information from Alex, and I appreciate that very much. But this is about his channel. It is a channel that is a wealth of knowledge. There's tons of channels out there that you can learn about products or how to do projects, or the King of DIY is in our chat right now. A great resource for how to build stuff, how to put things together. But when it comes to deep information, as I said, and I'll say it again to your face, I don't think there's a channel doing it more in depth than Alex is. And that guy's been through a lot over the last 10 years. Listen, I'm not going to get into all his personal information, but he's put this out there publicly, so I'm going to say it too. The dude was struck by lightning. Really? You are more likely to win the lottery than you are to be struck by lightning. I feel bad for him, and he's been recovering from that ever since. But from what I have, the interactions that I have had with him, he's been very good to me. His channel is amazing. And I think he's approaching 100,000 subscribers right now, which is really cool. So it's not a small new channel or anything like that, but definitely one that is worthy of bringing up. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, so I'm just going to do it because it's 2024 and people are in here already and they're thinking, John, taking a bit of a risk, aren't you? Because you're good friends with Joey. And don't him and Alex, don't they have a history together? Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what I'll say about that. I have been friends with Joey since 2013. Joey's a dear friend. I'd do anything for him. And I honestly believe he would do anything for me. That situation that happened was between them. It had nothing to do with me. Therefore, it gets no comment from me. I don't involve myself in things that don't have to do with me. I'm not a guy that picks sides. I'm a guy that just says, well, that sucks, and I move on. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And I don't think that situation that happened should reflect negatively on either one of those guys. What we saw was a conversation get out of hand live. And we've all had those conversations. So anyway, that is what it is. Joey's a dear friend of mine. There's no awkwardness there. And I do believe that that's all been squashed like years ago. So I don't even think it's an issue anymore. But it's going to be brought up because it always is. And I hate that. You bring up somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, people are going to throw out something negative about that person. I don't like it. I stay away from it, just like I stay away from this one. Check out the Fishtory channel. Somebody has probably already put it in the chat. It's a great resource. You're going to get a ton of great information. There you go. What's next? Push any button. Who cares?
I pushed the double button, so here I am. And you're not here.
I'm coming.
Yeah. So you got to sit in front of my tank.
Notice I'm not complaining about running a marathon.
Oh, well, whatever.
It is a long way over there. It's a long way. Next up, you got to give away some fish food.
Oh, goody.
And I got to do a transition for giveaways too. It's time to do a giveaway, which means we got to go back to the good old Nightbot.
Oh, boy.
So here's the rules. The rules are,
I got to write stuff down.
you have to be in the chat right now. And you have to live in the United States. Sorry, Joey. You get all the food you want. You don't need to win any. Lisa said it. How many people are we giving food away to? I mean, it's not going to be fun anymore if we're giving it away to everybody in the chat all the time.
No, we'll do two. We'll do two giveaways.
Okay. I got to remember how to do this. Okay. So what it's doing right now is it's populating all of the people that are in the chat right now that are active. I messaged him after what I was talking about and said sorry. Yeah, like I said, that history Joey just clarified. It's over with. There's nothing to it. Joey, you know why I brought that up, because you know people bring up that kind of stuff, and it, you know, I just don't like that.
Let's do the giveaway.
Yeah, let's have some fun here. So, what I'm going to do, and I haven't figured out yet how to show you all this.
I love that it has everybody in here.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is what Nightbot's going to do, now that it's done harassing people in the chat, it's going to pick a random winner that's in the chat. You have to be in here, and you have to respond that you're in here and that you won, yay. And that's how you win. That's all it is. But we have to call your name, and Nightbot will put it up on the screen for you too, so that you know we are not cheating. We're not picking favorites or anything like that. UPS.
I thought our UPS driver was Brandon.
It is. Why?
Oh, okay.
Somebody comments UPS and you automatically think it's our neighbor?
No, but they said that earlier that they were.
Oh,
our UPS
is that
driver.
you, Brandon? That'd be weird. That'd be awkward. It's our neighbor. We see him every day.
No. Okay.
All right. Explain to them what they win again, because there's a lot of people that are here that were not here when she explained it before. But what?
Okay, so Northfin Fish Food, you get to win 3 bags of Northfin Fish Food. If you go on our website, you can not buy it, but pick the 3 from our website, what's available, and that'll be what you will have sent to you as your winning bag of fish food, 3 of them.
So you don't want to just pick from that, rather than
because
you don't want to give away the food that Northfin sent us to give away. You'd rather give it away from our inventory.
They're going to be getting it, but if that's not in it, then we'll give them ours, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because somebody might have discus, and that go around could be community fish food, and something that a discus is going to eat. So I thought, why not let them go on and choose the 3 that they
I don't disagree.
have fish for.
That's fine.
Okay.
But here's one thing I want to ask all of you as I'm getting ready to push the button, and you will see who the winner is. But as you're waiting so patiently for that, we have a bunch of Northfin food, the big bags. For some reason, the big bags, they don't get purchased as much as the 250 gram or the 100 grams. We got a bunch of the 500 gram bags. Grab one of those, the gold ones right there. These big, giant bags, these are huge. That's what she said. And they haven't sold because people don't want to buy that much food, I guess. The issue is they expire this month. But here's the thing. I have been assured by the owner, the guy that, makes this food, puts it all in the extruder and makes the food with his ingredients. He has said if the bag hasn't been opened, the expiration date means nothing. That's his words, directly from him. But they're required by our governments. This is made in Canada, required to put that on there. We're taking all of the expired bags off of the website. They're not expired yet, I guess, for another 30 days or whatever. But I'd like to give these away. We can't go through all this.
Oh, sure we can.
We have probably...
Give me my fish food.
We have probably 20 bags, if not more than that, of the 500 gram bags that have not sold. So we'll be giving those away too, but everybody's going to know they are expired, but they're not. It's not like milk.
Ew.
The bags are they haven't been opened. It's sealed. They're still good. All right, let's pick a winner. The first one is...
I've never heard of them.
Biff Lidl.
Biff?
Lidl.
Biff.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? And there it is. In the chat right there, it says the message from Nightbot. Congratulations, Biff. Lidl. That's what I think the name is. So we need to get a response from Biff. And once we do, we will, well, forget it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to pick another one right now. Because, no, Nightbot does it for us. Ryan Bushnell. That doesn't mean Biff doesn't win anymore. I'm saying these are the two winners. We've got Ryan Bushnell. Following status unknown. You really ought to be a subscriber, Ryan. Jeez. There he is. Biff Lidl, he said what? Pay attention. Are you not paying attention? You just won a bunch of food. You not paying attention? Biff, if you want some free fish food, email me at kgtropicals@gmail.com. That's not an invitation for everybody to ask for free stuff. That's for Biff, and it is for Ryan. Have we seen it?
I'm screaming.
There we go. Oh,
That's
so
Biff.
maybe what Biff was saying was, what? Maybe that's what the word what meant, but didn't have any kind of emotion attached to it.
Well, you can't put emojis or you get kicked out.
No, I fixed that. You can put all the emojis you want right now. Somebody give it a try. Look, Kara C just put up a whole bunch of them, and it didn't kick her out at all. Did we get an answer from Ryan yet so we can move on? Ryan, what you doing? I know that we do have like a 15-second delay, so we maybe are, there's a little awkward moment there where we're waiting for Ryan. But there you go. Both of you gentlemen, I'm assuming, email me at kgtropicals@gmail.com. Let me know that you are indeed those people. And I will ship out this food to you. Look at Kaylin Shepard. See? The emoji thing, it's gone. I fixed it.
I don't see Ryan.
I don't see
Ryan.
Ryan.
I do.
There he is.
I'm
Ryan
subscribed. I thought I was going to yell at Bot Boy.
Well,
Yay.
it said, Ryan, follower status unknown or something like that. I don't know. Sometimes YouTubers will make it a rule that you have to be subscribed in order to win. We've done that before too, but it's too difficult to figure out and to know.
I'm so glad.
Yep. Well done, fellas. You guys won without even trying. Just being here is all it took for you to win.
And thank you, Northfin, for sending the food so we can do a giveaway.
30 tanks. He uses a lot of food. That's perfect. How about that?
Yeah,
that
perfect.
is absolutely perfect.
And make sure you guys send in your 3 favorites, or...
Holy crap. Look at this. You remember what? Look at this guy. There he is.
Aww.
There's Northfin.
Thank you, Northfin.
Darius, you must have heard me talking about, I'm assuming that's Darius. You must have heard me talking. And I had that conversation with Darius about the expiration dates. And he was like, hey, it's fine. Don't worry about it. As long as the bags are still sealed. Mm-hmm. And again, that's the guy that makes the food. This is not, 75 people running around and factory and all. He does it all himself. And I respect that. I love it. Their product is amazing. And even though those bags say December 2024, it's still good. And we'll give it away. If
somebody else doesn't want it, I'm going to use it in my fish room for my fish. So either way, I got a lot of fish. So it's going to get used one way or the other.
Thank you for donating the memberships. That is 20 memberships donated by 10 by Fritz and 10 by Northfin. This is a beautiful world. How about that?
Very much.
Let's get into... I didn't do a transition for this yet either. True or false? Jeez.
What?
You should fire your producer.
You are fired.
True or false? I haven't even looked at the clock. 8:24. We're doing good.
Oh, we're doing really good.
The question or the true or false statement for today was fish require a good light to truly be happy.
Absolutely, because you cannot see their colors without the light. And that's what makes me happy.
Remember that. Remember that. 457 votes on this not votes, but answers to this. 18%, 17%. It changed literally while I was reading it. Voted true, answered true, and 83% answered false. Where do I stand on this?
I actually put false, but I was being sarcastic.
Good girl. I do believe this to be false. There are some saltwater fish that I believe might be different. But when it comes to freshwater fish, I'm going to tell you all. Here is my answer, okay? My 3 tanks that you see in my 2 sets, my 2 African cichlid tanks, and this tank right here behind me, that all 3 eat a lot of Northfin food, by the way. I don't turn the lights on these tanks ever unless I'm filming a video or I'm doing maintenance. And that's just a fact because they don't care. None of the fish are unhappy. None of them are not showing colors. They're not overly aggressive. They're not living shorter lifespans. They are just as happy as any other fish. Now, I think it's possible. I'd have to talk to an expert like my podcast partner, Jason Adams from Primetime Aquatics, the Tank Talk podcast, and their live stream is coming up right after us. But I don't have to talk to him about it because we've talked about this on the podcast and he agrees with me. They don't care. If your tank is in a basement and there's no windows in the room and you never turn the light on and you only go in the room once a day to feed them, and other than that, the light's off all the time, that might be an issue. I think it would be an issue in that when you do turn the lights on, they would freak out because it's always dark in there. But when you talk about this room here, we've got windows on the door. We've got 2 windows in the back of the building, and we have these lights on up above us on the ceiling all day long. And so there's enough ambient light going in that the fish are fine. They could care less.
About the plants?
Planted tanks are different. I didn't ask lights need to be on to keep plants happy. I said fish. Well, so it wasn't even a trick question. If I had asked the question, look how far behind we are. Geez. If I had asked the question, that can't be right. Or if I'd made the statement, a healthy aquarium, that would have actually been more interesting. If I just said, a healthy aquarium requires a good light. That would have been one where we would have had to say true, false, or depends. Depend undergarments. Because
what?
There are... I'm a child. There are situations, like planted tanks, where you do need a light on there. Your plants are going to die. So, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about fish-only tanks, like this one, like the other 2. It's not required. It's not. The lights are for you. And this is why I said, remember what she said. People get mad when I point at you. I don't know why.
No.
It's weird, but...
I'll point right back.
There you go. She said, it makes me happy to turn the light on. Well, there you go. If there's light in the room, your fish are going to be fine. You want to turn the light on to admire your fish. I get that. That makes total sense. But it's not required unless you have plants. Then you need to. So for the 83%, do the math. 466 times 83%. That's a lot of people that answered this one in what I believe is the correct answer. Did you just yawn?
I just yawned.
Oh, boy.
Well,
that's gonna reflect on your evaluation.
So sorry.
Look,
I want to show you something.
Show me something?
I've never seen that before.
I know.
I've never seen that on the screen before. It's a green light. It's a green circle, and it says "excellent connection." Whoa.
And guess what? It has said it the entire time.
Yeah.
Not one yellow bar has popped up. Let's do John's World real quick.
Oh.
What'd you do?
Sorry.
Did you put it on the wrong one?
I pushed John's World again.
It's
on.
Is it playing the intro? Okay. She's yawning, and now she's...
Fire me, please.
KG Tropicals is currently looking for a co-host for live stream. Apply within... listen, I don't like to spend money. I'm 50 years old. I need to think about retirement. And plus, my wife spends all my money. I don't like spending money.
I do not.
But when I do spend money, I'm not a materialistic person. But when it comes to doing something, I like to get like a tool. I like to get the best possible tool. When I need a microphone for my business, this is my livelihood. I get the best microphone in the industry. I don't have the best cameras, but I like them. The point is, I will spend good money on something if it is going to make me do my job better or make me do a project that I'm working on in the house better. I will spend money. I will spend that extra money. Lisa, a month or so ago, gave me the green light to upgrade my computer. I'm not telling you the whole story of the computer. It doesn't really matter, but it's when we bought it that matters. She gave me the green light to upgrade my editing machine so that we could bring the computer that I was currently using out here and use it for the live stream. It's a double whammy. It's perfect. So I start doing my research, and I had made my mind up that I was buying the top of the line, baby. The top. I mean, my old lady tells me it's okay to go spend the money. I'm going to get the big one. Now, don't panic. Everybody knows I'm a Mac user. If you know anything about Macs, yes, there is the $8,000 Mac Pro. No, what am I, working for NASA? I don't need that. But I wanted to get a Mac Studio, which is made specifically for what I do on a daily basis. Mac Studio is available in 2 levels. There's the base model, which is the Max. It's the Mac Studio with the M2 Max chip. And then you have the M2 Ultra, the big dog, which is twice the money. But I'm like, you know what? Hey, she tells me I can spend the money. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do it. It's a business expense. Uncle Sam lets me have that. I get to write that off. This is where the story takes a dramatic turn. And it was something that I did not expect to happen, because I've said it like 9 times in this stream. I'm 50 years old. When I was coming up, it was always the job of a salesperson to try to get the most money out of everybody possible. You walk into a store that has salesmen, they're going to try to get you to spend more money than you need. We go into the Apple store on Sunday, Black Friday weekend, the busiest weekend in history. We go in the Apple store. There are 379 people in the Apple store. Surprisingly, we were greeted immediately upon walking in. We went into the Lynn Haven Mall Apple store, by the way, in Virginia Beach. Immediately, somebody came up to us. Hey, what can we do for you? I said, I want a Mac Studio. He said, okay, high roller, let's go. Go back. We're talking a little bit. And I don't know why. It must be a big deal when somebody comes in there and buys a Mac Studio, because it's probably not something that they sell all that often. But there were 3 salespeople that worked with us for this thing. And let me just tell you something. All 3 of those salespeople had the same thing to say. They said, if you spend the extra money to get that Ultra version, you're going to be wasting all that money. Because the Max version is way more than you need for what you're doing. And I just got to tell you, I was so impressed by that, because I'm so used to the opposite. This guy is telling me you can spend half the money and you'll still be completely delighted with your purchase. And let me tell you, he was right. That thing flies. It's unbelievable. It's some of the best money I've ever spent, or Lisa's money I've ever spent. Magnificent purchase. But it doesn't end there, because just 2 days after that, when I called the internet company, remember I told you I was coming back to this? When I was first looking into this fiber internet, they were advertising like a half a gig a 1 gig and a 5 gig internet. And I was like, ha!
And
Again,
what did I say? What did I say
You
better
said get the biggest one.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Literally. I was like, hey, listen, this is our livelihood. We have a website, keepfishkeeping.com. We have the YouTube channel. We live stream, going all in. And it really isn't all that much extra money to get the bigger one. And so when I called the lady on Tuesday, I was like, hey, I'm going all in. I want it all. Give me the 5 gig. And she was like, oh, wait a minute. What exactly are you doing with this? And I told her, we live stream once a month. Hi, how you doing? We upload videos once a week, excuse me. I upload an hour-long podcast once a week. I'm always uploading things, and so I really want those speeds. And she's like, what do you have now? I said, I have Starlink, and it's great, but she's like, listen, you can spend that extra money, but it's the definition of overkill to do that. And so here's where it gets interesting. I told her, okay, well, I'll take the 2 gig then. That's 2,000 down, 2,000 up. I mean, yeah, that's still over the top overkill. But a few times a year, we have everybody here. When we had Thanksgiving weekend, last weekend, we had all the kids, and we had 4 TVs in my living room, and we were all playing Fortnite together in the same room on individual TVs as a squad so that we didn't have to wear headsets.
Ridiculous.
It was beautiful.
Ridiculous.
It was mayhem.
You messed up my living room.
We get a lot of internet traffic on those weekends, so I'm like, give me we'll take the 2 gig, that's no problem. Well, she made a mistake. She set us up on the 1 gig plan, and the guy showed up today to install it. He's like, yeah, so you're getting the 1 gig plan? I said, no, hey, hold on a minute. It's supposed to be 2. The guy then explained to me, hey, well, you know what? I really don't think you need that. And the nice thing is, you could upgrade to that anytime. It's just a flick of a switch. It's not a big deal. Go with the 1 gig. It's still 10 times what you need. Even when your whole family's here, you're going to be completely fine. The point I'm trying to make is it impresses me when somebody tries to to make me spend less money. I think that's an amazing thing, because if you've ever watched anything of me talking about products that we sell and stuff like that, I'm not trying to make you spend the most money. In fact, I try to stay away from that. I try to keep it honest and have people spend what they need to spend and nothing more. So when I find salespeople that have that same philosophy, it is so refreshing to me. And over and over and over again, the last week, I have run into those people, and it's just been a beautiful thing. So thank you to all the honest salespeople out there. And let me just tell you, I'm going to add this last little bit. With the internet and the computer, I am not lying to you folks. I will show you screenshots. It used to take me 2 hours and 45 minutes to upload an episode of the podcast. That's a 1-hour episode in 1080p. I did it today in 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Push the button.
I don't know. I'll push the double button.
She only knows how to push the double button.
I don't know.
You gonna do Elisa's World? You gotta do some thank yous. So
I do have to do some thank yous, but I'll do them right here because I don't feel like running around because I have a cough. But I definitely, for sure, want to say my thank yous. I got the coolest gift from Winkmaster, and it's this necklace. It's so cute, isn't it? It says Lisa, and it's funny because when I opened it and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, that is so cute. She got you a necklace, John." And he said, "That's for you, dummy." And I was like, "I thought it was for you so that everybody knows that you're with me."
I would wear it. I mean,
but I love it. I think it is so cute, and it's perfect too. It's like the perfect length and everything. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now say the last thing. Say what you did when you came in here, ready for the live stream.
So I showed him the necklace. I said, "Doesn't it look good? It's cute." And he said, "It's backwards." And I said, "But when I looked in the mirror, it's fine." And you were like, let me fix it. So you fixed it for me.
If you know, you know. I mean, everything in the mirror is backwards.
Well,
so.
it looked perfect to me in the mirror.
She's under the weather, so we have to cut her some slack.
I also need to say thank you to Curtis Crump because he sent some kitty gifts. He sent the beds, the kitty beds for the new cat house and some kitty food. So thank you, Curtis and Carla. Appreciate it. And if Joe Provenzano's still in here, I don't know if you heard me last week. I said thank you very much, too, for all the kitty gifts. So thank you.
Yes, you make her a very, very happy lady when she receives those gifts. Jerry Goebel's sending them all the time, too, but you're always thanking them.
I was doing it by order of week.
Yeah. This time, folks, is when we like to go to the chat and also the super chats because they do get a little behind on us. Richard Salter became a member. Shamu Aquatics said, deep cleaning is fine. My fish love it when I use bleach. They get all happy and start playing, twirling around, and then they go to sleep for 100 years.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what?
You rascal, you. I see what you did there. Marine Josh, set up my first freshwater tank, have 3 salts. Welcome to the bright side, Marine Josh. You know, and it is quite literal. If you ever been to an aquashella, there's the side that has all the lights on. That's the freshwater side. And the side with all the lights off, literally, excuse you, the dark side. That sounded really rude. I was trying to be funny when I said excuse you. I was going to say bless you because I thought you were sneezing and you coughed instead. And so it sounded very arrogant the way I said excuse you.
That's okay.
It's literally the dark side of the convention. So welcome to the light side. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be doing some alterations to my saltwater hobby here soon. Got to work out some fine details, but there's going to be some project videos coming out very soon on that note. Bounty Gamer, love you guys, been watching for years. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that. That never gets old, hearing that. Vincent, no drama, all love. Yeah, I want to say for the record, what I said earlier when I was talking about Alex from Fishery, I would have said the whole thing about the drama even if Joey wasn't in the chat, because people are, not you people, obviously, but people are going to create drama out of things. I've literally had people do it to me before. And this is why I brought it up, because I made a joke to somebody one time and somebody screenshotted that joke and private messaged it to Joey, trying to start drama between me and Joey. Joey got it and he was like, what is this? Like, that's stupid. Why would I? People try to do that. So I felt it necessary to talk about that. And it's actually a shame, because there is no more drama. And, it shouldn't have even needed to be talked about. JD Partridge, just saying hi and thank you for all your videos. They help me and I show them to others to help them.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you.
There is no bigger compliment than that, to say, hey, I show your videos to other people. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you for that. Best way to support what we're doing is to tell your friends. Yeah. Noah Kirk. Why does that name sound familiar? I don't remember. It's because... Yeah, Noah, I remember now. I remember emailing you earlier. He emailed and said, can you change my email address on his order? But I didn't know what his name was. And he emailed me back and said it was Noah Kirk. At least I think that was you, Noah. If it wasn't, it's another Noah. Melissa Jeswald with the $10 #1 fan pair. Thank you, Melissa, for that. Melissa. Speaking of emails that came into me, I want to send out a special shout out to a customer.
Oh, yeah, you were supposed to do that.
I was going to do this in the I love the comments section.
And then I got ranty.
You got all ranty, up in your feelings.
I wasn't in my feelings.
See, here, this is funny. If you have a Mac, sometimes when you mess with your email, it'll go all the way to the bottom of your email list. Here's an email from Joey from 2015. That's
Wow, that's crazy.
Doesn't reflect on Joey at all, but it's the oldest message in my inbox.
Interesting.
Told you we've been friends for a long time, but I need to find. I want to make sure I say this name right because I am going to say the name. A lot of times I wouldn't do this, but today I'm going to because I think it's important. So we had a customer email us about a week ago, and he said, hey, the package has been on its way to me for like 2.5 weeks now, and it looks like it's lost. It has not been delivered. Tracking information doesn't say anything. I think it's probably time for a refund or a replacement. And I said, well, hang on just a second because, sometimes this happens, especially this time of year. The Postal Service, their system is trash, and sometimes it just shows up. Let's give it a couple more days, see what happens. And then I found out what happened. It got sent back to us. Undeliverable, it said on the little sticker on the package from the Postal Service. So I get home and I immediately start investigating. Why was this undeliverable? Well, it turned out that the customer had made a very small mistake and entering the address accidentally put the email address there. So his address was blah, 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 blah at gmail.com, this city, Alabama, or I don't remember what state it was. Simple to make because you see the word address. And so you just, that's email address, put it in there. So now I'm starting to get heart palpitations. Not now, but when I was going to email this person, because I was like, I've had this happen so many times where it's a very minor error on the customer's part, and they're going to turn it around and make it my fault, and they're going to put up bad reviews online and all. It happens all the time. Well, it doesn't happen all the time, but
All the time.
when this kind of thing happens, it's happened enough where I start to get nervous. And so I'm like, okay, how do I respond? And so I emailed him back and I said, okay, we got your package back today. And it turns out that you had accidentally put your email address, and I sent a screenshot and all that kind of stuff. And that's why it was undeliverable. They didn't know where your house was. And I said, you had mentioned in your previous email, replacement or refund. I think we're going to go with the refund option because, I don't want to spend more money to ship this to you and more snails and all this kind of stuff. We've lost a lot of money in this situation, so I'd rather just call it even at this point. And I sent that thinking, what's going to happen? Unfortunately, I thought that because, this customer is, I'm lumping him in with others. And his response to me was magnificent.
I was actually surprised. I was like, uh-oh.
Well, we shouldn't say surprised because we don't know this guy, but I was surprised too. But we shouldn't say that because we don't know him. But it's 2024.
Yeah, it's
People are
nobody's
never
fault.
wrong.
No,
People are never wrong. And I blame that on Amazon. But I'm just going to read you the first 5 words of the email because this was private communication. I don't want to. He said, this one's on me. And then his last words were, I had actually said in my email, I hope I don't sound like a jerk, but we're going to take the refund option. And he ended the email by saying, no one except me is a jerk. I responded to him and said, you have restored my faith in humanity. Brandon White, bravo to you. I'm saying his name because he deserves it. Because unlike what so many others would do, I've had people put an address in and then we ship it to that address and then they email us and say, That's my old address. Why'd you ship it there?
We're supposed to automatically know you moved.
That's the address you put in. What do you... And then they put up bad reviews and all. It's craziness, things that happen. This is why I get heart palpitations when this kind of thing happens, but not Brandon. Brandon stood up and said, nah, this one's on me. It's my fault. And I just think that's amazing. Good on you, Brandon.
Yeah, definitely.
There are people out there that that understand what it's like to act like a grown-up. And let me just say this. If we get 1,000 orders, 999 of the people that order from those 1,000 orders are like Brandon.
Yeah.
But it only takes that one for us to forget about the other like automatically assume that everything is going to go bad because that one. This is also why I don't read comments unless I'm looking for something for the comment segment of this, because people are mean. They make fun of her for saying beta. Me, actually.
No, I was taking up for you.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
They start
again.
fights with her. That's how I should have said that. It is, it is what it is. Brian Cooper, any advice on online store for quality Oscar morphs? No. Imperial Tropicals has really good. Shame on me. I wish I could rewind by 30 seconds because we were at a place
Oh, yeah. Duh.
back in August that had some absolutely stunning Oscars. That was Predatory Fins.
I wish we could have gotten one.
He said it, and I got it on video. He said, I'm going to send you one as a gift. Those were
No,
his exact words.
I have it on video. I recorded it.
He didn't know he was being recorded. I've got the evidence. But I'm not the kind of guy that likes to remind somebody that they said they were going to give me something for free. Let's go, Brandon. Ha ha ha. Shamu, I see that. I know. I see what you did there. Pistachio, your videos are very therapeutic for me, especially during my treatments. Thank you.
Aw.
That is an amazing compliment. I hope you all like the videos that I've been putting up recently that are more just me sitting here having a chat with you. We have to have videos that fill the gaps between boxes of water videos. That's the windows rattling.
It's so windy out.
It has been an absolutely ridiculous windy day today. We love going out and giving tanks to people or helping them with their ammonia problems or interviewing veterans and stuff. We love doing all that kind of stuff. We can't do that every single weekend. So to have gap filler videos is why I've been doing that. And it seems like it's been going over well. So did Predatory Fins and Joey ever end up boxing? Well, they ended up boxing. They just didn't box each other.
Yeah.
And I was the commentator for that. Yep, I was the Joe Rogan, and Jay Wilson was my my co-commentator, and he
Yeah.
did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Rodrigo ended up fighting a professional fighter and knocked him out. Joey fought Lucas Bretz, and it was a great fight.
Yeah.
They both, Joey and Rod, walked away victorious, both of them. So it was a lot of fun to be there and to call that. It was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream for me. As silly as that may sound, Joey doesn't even know how impactful that was, him asking me to do that. It was a big deal. If more people would take responsibility, life would be way better. Isn't that so true? And it's a shame to automatically assume that people are going to do things the wrong way. I sent that email thinking, here we go. But I was wrong. And I'm so thankful for that.
More Carl.
You can't even see this anymore. Carl's in trouble.
More Carl, please. Signed Carl's agent from Melissa.
He's in big trouble.
We should go get Carl.
Go get him.
Do you guys want Carl?
There's 6 minutes left. Of course they want Carl.
Okay, I'll go get Carl.
More cowbell. Fighting Fish Club. Yeah, it was called Fins and Fury. I don't know if the website is still live, but there was Zach Summers fought Troy Holler, which would be SC Fishkeeping versus Cichlid Bros. And then we had Rod and Malik Smith was his name. Big dude. Rod knocked him out right in front of me. It was wild. And then Joey and Lucas Bretz. It was a fun night. It was exciting. Here's the fat boy. He's in big trouble, and he knows it. He was cuddling up to me today because he was like, I'm sorry for chewing on your microphone. I tell her all the time, when we're done here, we have to put these microphones up because he'll destroy them if we don't. Look how sweet he is. You want to come up here, baby kitty? I was trying to pick up the other one, but she won't let me. Watch what happens when I do this.
Don't do that while I'm holding him.
Carl is a sweet boy when he's not being rotten. So what you may not know, if you're watching right now, is that we like to redirect all of our viewers to Primetime Aquatics after we are done. We've got 4 minutes left. We're out of segments to do. But the cool thing is, when we're done, all you have to do is nothing. And you will automatically be redirected over there to No Rate My Tank this week. Yeah, we did one. You missed it, Robert.
Yeah.
You came in late. That was one of the first segments that we did. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes after we are done, after you watch Jason and Joanna, of course, you can go back and watch that. We had a nice one today. Very nice overall presentation. Gave it some good scores. You should definitely go check it out. But yes, we redirect everyone to Primetime Aquatics. My partner in crime with the podcast, Monday's podcast that we'll be uploading, it's only going to take me 3 minutes to upload, is AI in fish keeping. That is going to be a very interesting, well, it was a very interesting one. We've already recorded it. I just told you I uploaded one and it only took 3 hours and 11 minutes, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. I just uploaded an old one just to see how long it would take. And on the new internet, instead of taking 2 hours and 45 minutes, it took 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
You were so excited about that too.
I ran out of my office to tell her all about that.
You sure did.
It's a different world for me. And like I was saying before, it's very easy for me right now to look at the numbers of the live stream and get upset. And what I mean by that is, a couple of years ago, before we moved here and got the bad internet, we were getting 600-700 people regularly watching our live stream live. And those numbers went away completely. And it's because of the internet. I looked at so many different ways. We even talked about renting a place. Well, no, that was the other house.
Yeah.
We talked about so many different solutions. We didn't have any other solutions that we could have used to have better internet, but we have it now. And so I'm hoping that with this new format, with this new strategy that we're going with, I'm hoping that we can provide you with something fun and entertaining, especially when she is not under the weather. You did great tonight, but you know, when you're usually a little bubblier.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that we can earn all of those viewers back. That would be a beautiful thing. There's nothing stopping us. We don't have any excuses anymore. There's no more internet problems, no more camera problems, no more cat problems. Yeah, that was a cattail. There's nothing stopping us. So we're going for it, and I'm excited to bring you what hopefully becomes the best, as long as cats aren't moving the camera, hopefully becomes the best live stream on YouTube.
Kitty, stop.
You need to say goodbye to everybody because it is 8:59.
Is it time already?
It is.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the mods and to everybody being
Look
here.
at her hair on her back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to everybody for being here and everybody who super chatted and also donated memberships or became members. Thank you so much. It was Very nice of you all. And it's just been a really nice evening. Thank you for being here, like I said, and we can't wait to see you next Thursday. Hopefully I feel better so that I can be a little bit more involved. And I hope you enjoy Primetime Aquatics and Jason and Joanna's stream. So go on over there or wait to be directed over there and have a good rest of your Thursday night.
The hashtag is 929. Hashtag 929 MBPS.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to.
That's a
Goodbye,
lot.
everybody. Baby Kitty says bye too.